Shameena Riyaz, hailing from Tamil Nadu, is the daughter of Indian hockey captain Mohammed Riyaz, who is an Arjuna Awardee and Asian gold medalist. Like her father, she's making her mark in her own game, squash. She had represented the country in the World Junior Championship twice and won team gold at 2023. She secured gold at the National Games 2023 held in Goa and bronze at the Junior Nationals in the same year. Her performance in the professional circuit matches at the HCL SRFI Indian Tour leg and the Tamil Nadu State Close Championship in Chennai is commendable. Her biggest hope in future is to look up to her father, Mohammed Riyaz, for inspiration and win laurels for India at the international podium. Nirupama Dubey boasts impressive rankings, standing at third in the under-19 category across India and fifth in Asia. On the professional circuit, she showcased her talent as a semi-finalist at the GSW 9th Sunil Verma Memorial PSA tournament in 2023 and as a quarterfinalist at the GSW Willingdon Senior PSA tournament 2024, solidifying her promising career in squash. She claimed bronze at the ISTA Junior Open and the 46th Maharashtra State Open, also competing at the Khelo India Youth Games in Chennai, with silver medals at the Indian Junior Open and National Games 2023. She aims for her senior category victories and dreams of an international debut. Hello and welcome to the first edition of Beyond Scoreboard, a podcast show where we get into conversation with our young Indian athletes. And this is Aishwarya, and that's my co-anchor, Swarna.
Hi everyone.
And we are in conversation with two squash players of India.
Hi guys, I'm Shameena Riyaz. I'm from Tamil Nadu. I'm an Indian squash player. I train at the Indian Squash Academy here in Chennai, which is headed by Mr. Ramachandran sir and Cyrus Poncha. My coach is Mr. Kalimuthu.
Hi, my name is Nirupama Dubey. I'm from Maharashtra and I'm a squash player. I'm coached by Ritik Bhattacharya and Hasrat Mohammed.
Okay, since you're from Tamil Nadu only, and we are in Chennai, by the way. So, I'll ask you first, how is Chennai treating you?
I mean, I've been here before many times for tournaments and I like this place, I like the coach here. And yeah, the weather is hot, but I like Chennai.
You like Chennai.
Yeah.
And you, like, since you're from here, any other state that you enjoy during the tour and you want, okay, whatever game should be in this particular place only?
I like Bombay because the courts are next to the beach and it's nice atmosphere there. And Bombay, I just like the climate there. So yeah.
Yeah, like your father. He is an Arjuna Awardee and he's a hockey player himself. Your mama also is a hockey player. So you might have a very different support system there, hai na? And they will understand you. They will know like time management and the diet, everything, the mental pressure you go through. Unlike some parents who like focus on academics only and keep sports as secondary. Did he ever say, ki, no beta, please take any other route like become a doctor or an engineer or an IAS officer?
That's always from my mother.
That's all. Why do you think she says that?
I don't know. My mom always thinks we need to have the best of both worlds because, you know, sports, you'll have a certain age limit and after that you have to have something to balance around. So she's always she's always not like you only have to study, but she always feels that I have to excel both in sports and in studies. So my dad, coming from a sporting background, he's played a lot of international tournaments, represented India for like 10 years, got the Arjuna Award, represented 2 Olympics. So from him, it's always a sporting note from him and how I go through time management. And so it's always like, about sports. And even in studies, he tells me, just give your best, do what you can. And
What about you, Nirupama? Your parents are not from a sports background. So how did you get into this? What's your
So
story?
my dad, he used to play squash, so I just started one day. And even though my dad used to play tennis, but he couldn't take that risk, so he wants me to take that risk and pursue squash. And they're very supportive that way. And they want me to like fully go into squash. Like even after I retire, they want me to still be involved in squash.
Yeah, you are Gen Z athletes of India, like born after 2000, है ना? The influencer people we can call them. So you live a life of a student also and a sports person also. How do you manage that? Like you must have given your 12th board, I assume, and you are in the process. So how do you manage both?
it's actually fun managing both. And I think, this pressure is actually, it pushes us to do a lot of things. And when I feel that there's no just studies and only squash, I feel like something is missing in life. And, so I always felt that squash and studies, both, it's a good way of just keeping us going.
Yeah.
What about you?
And for me, my school is very supportive. So they help me with everything, with my academic work. So yeah.
You have to balance studies. How do you balance family and game? You're on tours for months,
Yeah.
okay, and then you have your family, your pets, your friend, your special one at home. So you miss them. So how do you manage both?
For me, as here I'm in Tamil Nadu, whenever matches happen here, my family is always around me. And my mom, she's always jumping outside the court when I'm playing squash. It's an easy match, tough match. She always like, come on, Shameena, come on, Shameena. So I just, raise her blood pressure every time. So, yeah.
And my mom travels with me for now, so it's very fun with her. Yeah, and she's very supportive and she's very chill. So good for me.
Okay, so this happens that people play multiple games. Like you said, your father played tennis and then he switched to squash. So we can have why just play one game, है ना? So at what moment or at what time you realize, okay, squash works for me and not table tennis or swimming? So what was the age or who motivated you to take squash only?
She was doing gymnasium before.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then,
Okay.
I just started and then I was showing good results and I was enjoying traveling for tournaments. So it was very fun that way.
Okay, yours, why squash only? Why not any other? Why not hockey? Your papa and mama both are playing hockey. Why not hockey?
Yeah, so dad always wanted me to play sport I like. And he suggested me not taking a team sport because individual sport is always a better option, right? Because you play your own game, your own skills on court, and you get awarded for everything. So in that way, he wanted me to play any individual sport. And one day we were going to the Madras Cricket Club at Chepauk. So a lot of my dad's friends play squash. So when I went, Joshna Chinnappa, she's one of the top athlete squash in India. She's also from Tamil Nadu. So she was playing and I just got a chance to hit with her. So that's how I liked this sport. And the next day my dad got me all kit gears for squash and I joined in the Indian Squash Academy where I'm training now. And that's how it all started.
That's fantastic. Switching gears a bit, talk to us about your most memorable match or your most memorable tournament. How you were feeling, what you were
Most
going
of the
through.
time we both play together. Yeah.
I'll tell you my least memorable. It was with her.
Yeah.
I had 3 match balls, so it's like if you get 1 more point, you win the match. I had 3 and I still lost. But it's still fun. I enjoy playing with her.
That
And-
match was really
So which
on the
match is
nerves.
this and which
So it
tournament?
was the junior nationals in Delhi College,
Indoor.
indoor, yeah. So we played the quarterfinals. So she was leading by 3 match balls. And then I was like, I'm going to lose the match. And I had a lot of support, even she had a lot of support. I was like, just 1 more point. And she made a lot of mistakes at the end. And that's how I won the match. So yeah.
The game is unpredictable, and at times young athletes go through that pressure. Okay, after playing one event and they've won gold. So there's a pressure of performance in the next game. So like, especially for young players, how do you manage that? I mean, academics also. There's a pressure for academics and then performance. So who is someone like a support system, or is it you that keeps yourself motivated? Because somewhere it's your game only here. The main game is here.
So I would say not only one is important, both of the thing is important. Like whatever you do, even you have the support system, it should come from you, like inside you. Only then, you know, you get the, you get the result in it. And it's like 50-70. So that's what I.
50 is
50 is the support and the
70
other
is
70 is from inside.
Yeah. So you do you practice meditation or something with mindfulness activity which keeps you calm?
So I do breath work, and then before my matches, I try to visualize. Like I visualize myself playing with my opponent, and I visualize.
You believe in
myself.
manifestation?
Yeah, I do. Definitely. I like, right, I will win. Like 100 times.
Yeah. That's more like a Gen Z thing, on social media. 111 or something like that, It's on you guys on social media, I guess.
Yes.
So how many followers do you have?
I guess 300.
300,
okay.
I don't have a private account, so
Yeah.
Do you think social media distracts you guys sometimes from performance if you
Not
use it?
performance.
Not performance.
but it's
I mean,
time consuming.
consuming.
Yeah.
Like you spend time on scrolling,
Yeah.
1 hour, 2 hours, and you don't know, like you've exhausted your mind. Okay, so how much of your personal life is posted on the social media? Do you like post, okay, I'm in Chennai now for this tour? Or
No, I don't really post like whatever happens in my life. I came into social media for squash, just to get about the everyday updates of what's happening in the world squash. And yeah.
Coming back to this, as I'm seeing you both talk, I see a very interesting dynamic as well as a friendship. But you also said you play against each other and there's competition. So how do you view that? Do you get jealous? Do you see each other as motivation? What do you take away from this dynamic?
I mean,
Like outside court, we're always
Yeah,
like good
yeah.
friends. We see we both like taking pictures.
Yeah.
So everywhere we find a good place, always
Yeah.
like taking pictures.
and we had our national games in Goa, so it was
Yeah.
so much fun. We were at the beach and we
Yeah.
got to dress up and everything.
Yeah, but inside court,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
opponents in
Yeah.
match. The
Like
the
it
good
doesn't
player
matter
wins.
who you are playing.
Yeah.
who's your inspiration? Like someone who inspires you, like, okay, I want to become something like this.
For me, as an inspiration, I will say it's my dad, because I get to see him every day. I get to see what he's doing and, talking to him every day. So I say my dad's my inspiration. But there are a lot of athletes also. I look up to Joshna, Deepika, Saurabh, and they're all players where they train with us. We get to see them on court. So it's all different inspirations I get.
What
about you?
For me, it's my coach, Ritvik Bhattacharya. He himself was a professional player. He was the first Indian to break into the top 50. And now he's training over 150 tribal children for squash. He has built his own academy. And then more than 50 players are playing in the national circuit. So it's really inspiring how he's like relentlessly training them free of cost and everything. So I look up to him.
Wow, that's fantastic. What advice would you give to the younger version of yourself, say the 10-year-old you, that is seeing you today successful as players? What advice would you give to that kid?
I would just say, just have fun as you can.
Yeah.
But when you're doing your studies, complete your work. But when you're into training, just focus, keep pushing, and you'll get the results and you'll be on top.
And then losing is fine. Don't let it affect you that much. Because I remember I used to cry after every time I lose. So it's fine. It's a part of the
How do
sport.
you party after winning? Like, how do Gen Z party? Like,
I want to be in one of their parties, man.
Okay, she's also Gen Z only. I think I'm the millennial here.
For me, it's either getting something new from my parents. So it's like a dress I ask, and they'll be like, you win this tournament, I'll get you. So in my mind, it's like, Shameena, if you want this, win the match. So that's the party for me.
Yeah, same. I love like tennis skirts and everything. So I tell them, if I win this match, you have to buy me this.
So when does the makeup session start? Like after you've won, or daily also? Like what do you wear in general? Like,
You guys look quite glamorous huh, today, by the way.
Yeah, so like if we get a chance to like dress up, I love dressing up. And like I love wearing flowy dresses and being very girly because it's like you rarely get the chance. But
that aspect of life is not shown there, but then your alter ego comes out when you dress up. Yeah, so just like that, these are the the trendy clothes and all. There's another trend of fad diets. Okay, so like desi diet is your ghar ka khana, what your mom gives you. Okay, bacha, you have this, have that, and then there's fad diet, keto and all. So do you guys follow that?
I mean, it's more of like you need to have like these specific things. Like you need to have like a large amount of protein in your diet, but it's not like restricted. Like you can have junk, but it should be limited, and your like protein intake should be balanced. Yeah, so like your body will recover and everything.
Like keeping and having a clean diet also, green diet and clean diet, and that affects your mental health also. If you're eating like maida and all, and somewhere I think that affects your system. You're lethargic.
But you can have it like sometimes when you go out with friends. Yeah, that's
What
cheat
is your
diet.
cheat diet thing?
Favorite cheat meal?
Mine is Italian. I like pizza, burgers. But my favorite dish is biryani. I can have biryani all 3 meals every day.
Biryani want to cheat me.
But how do you maintain the physique? Also, if I start eating biryani, I'll be like really bulky.
They burn it off. No, they're athletes.
I train 6 hours a day.
6 hours a day, my
Yeah,
goodness.
every day except Saturday evenings and Sunday.
So, like me being an athlete, I can fully relate to all of the things you guys are talking
She's a
about.
swimmer herself.
Yeah, swimmer and water polo player. So I used to take some lessons from swimming and from sport and apply it into life. So what are some lessons that you guys also take from your sport that you apply to life as well?
For me, squash has taught me how to be disciplined.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, not on court but off court. How to get things done on time. Even if you don't do things right, you always have something to make it happen. And that's what squash has taught me to be more disciplined.
So even if you're tired, you have that. Like,
That another push to do it, finish it.
So you can't eat that biryani when you feel like is what you're saying.
that's hard.
What is your recovery like time and strategy?
So after the match, stretching is really an important role. And then just ice your body, just rest. And I wouldn't say sleeping for a long time. So just keep yourself active, coconut water, hydrated drinks and all this stuff. Yeah.
And then there are like supplements which you can take, like whey protein and creatine, which are safe and which helps you recover. But then, so you can just have that.
Before a match, how do you prepare yourself mentally? Like, okay, I have this match, whatever, it'll be positive or negative. So what is that one strategy? The game is here. So what
So
goes in your head?
like you try to watch like your opponent's matches, like before you like make a game plan. Okay, I need to do this, and then you visualize it, and then you hope you do it.
Visual board that you make.
Yeah,
okay.
so you make pointers that okay, this is their weakness, this is
Talk to your coach,
Yeah.
sit and talk to your coach, have a game plan.
yeah.
For me, when my dad's there, I talk to him. He tells me certain aspects about the opponent, where to hit, where not to hit, move on court. So that's all helps.
So for me also, like if ever I go somewhere and I have a competition, so first competition is myself only. Yeah, I have to do better than what I did the last time. But yes, you have to be wise also. We have to see who our opponent is and doing a background study also. Okay, learn from them also.
And sport is a mental thing, mental process more than physical. Physical, you can train every day, you can do as much physiotherapy, anything as much as possible, but on that day, it's all in your mind. And you need to win in your mind before you can win on court, I feel. Yeah.
So before we leave, I would want you to answer one question. Like kids go through a dilemma, what game to choose? So how should they choose? Like according to their strength or the game which is easier or which has more prospects?
Yeah. So for the young kids, it depends on how active they are. If the kids are really, really active, there are a lot of different types of sports, and especially for girls, squash is a really good sport to play. Squash, tennis, good racket sports. And there are certain kids who are just too lazy, but you know, sport plays an important role in everyone's life. So they can choose sports like just sitting and playing chess, because we have a world champion who's coming in. The government here, they are doing good sport, good work in the sport in Tamil Nadu.
For all the parents watching, what message would you give them? How would they encourage their kids to participate in sports, and what message would you give such people?
I would say that winning, losing doesn't matter. Just let your kids, play the sport, love the sport, and just do what they like on court or on the field. So it doesn't matter, scolding or nothing's going to change, right?
Like, even
So-
if you're disappointed, like
Yeah.
your child is trying their
Yeah.
best. So
Just keep
yeah.
pushing them positive
Yeah.
words, and that keeps them
And
going.
in some societies and cultures, some people in India, they feel that women cannot play sport. They're meant to be a housewife, or they're meant to be at home, and they're not physical beings like men are. So what advice would you give to such people, and how would you motivate young girls who want to get into sport in that sense?
I mean, things are definitely changing, so that's a good thing. And like, just let them follow their heart, let them do what they want to do, and just if you're like really skilled, play a racket sport. If you're like really fast, you can try track, and then like let them be like
Listen to their calling.
yeah, like yeah.
I think that's great advice. Listen to your calling. It's a short message.
What I feel personally is try every sport and see where you are good at and know your game. Like, you know it from inside, okay, I can do better, but then it's always nice to try everything. Well, that was it for today, and this is me, Aishwarya,
And this is me, Swarna.
signing off, and you are watching Beyond Scoreboard.